Odin is remembered as the archetype of the Seeker. Welcome to Deka Rankings. If you want to know things, you're in the right place. The topic for today is Top 10 Most Powerful Norse Gods. From the halls of Asgard to the icy realms of Hel, the Norse gods shaped the myths of the North. Their sagas spoke of wisdom, war, betrayal, and fate. These stories, passed down through the Poetic Edda and Prose Edda, told of gods destined to face Ragnarok, the end of the world. Today, we rank the top 10 most powerful Norse gods, from the least to the most mighty, exploring their domains, deeds, worship, and their lasting influence. Number 10. Sif. Sif was the goddess of fertility, earth, family, and the harvest. She is most recognized for her flowing golden hair, which symbolized ripening fields of wheat and the prosperity of crops. In myth, Loki once cut off her hair as a cruel prank, forcing the dwarves to forge her new locks of gold, an act that also produced Thor's hammer Mjolnir. Though she rarely appeared in battle tales, her role was essential as a symbol of renewal and sustenance. Her marriage to Thor connected her to divine protection and strength. Farmers prayed to her for fertile harvests, and she was celebrated as a bringer of peace and plenty. In modern interpretations, Sif is remembered as a figure of resilience, growth, and the enduring cycles of nature. Number 9. Hel. Hel, daughter of Loki, ruled over the underworld that bore her name. Half beautiful woman and half corpse, she embodied the duality of life and death. Unlike Valhalla, where slain warriors lived in glory, Hel's realm was the resting place of those who died from sickness or old age. Though feared, she provided order in the afterlife, giving shelter to countless souls. Myths describe her as stern yet not cruel, a necessary counterpart to Odin's Valhalla. Few cults are recorded in her honor, but her presence loomed in funerary traditions and rituals. Hel symbolizes the inevitability of death, the quiet end that awaits all who do not fall in battle. Today she endures as one of the most haunting figures of Norse myth, inspiring literature, films, and modern depictions of death as a neutral force. Number 8. Frigg. Frigg, queen of Asgard and wife of Odin, was goddess of marriage, family, and foresight. She possessed the gift of prophecy, yet revealed little of what she knew, embodying both wisdom and secrecy. Her most famous myth concerns her attempts to protect her son Balder. She extracted oaths from all things never to harm him, except the mistletoe, which she deemed harmless. Loki exploited this to bring about Balder's death, proving even foresight could not prevent fate. Frigg was revered as protector of households and honored by women seeking blessings in childbirth and family life. Her name lives on in Friday, a day once sacred to her. Today she stands as a symbol of motherhood, loyalty, and the bittersweet limits of knowledge. In art and literature, Frigg embodies dignity, foresight, and the burdens of maternal love. Number 7. Heimdall. Heimdall, guardian of Bifrost, the Rainbow Bridge, was famed for his unmatched senses. He could see to the ends of the 9 realms and hear even the sound of grass growing. His role was to protect Asgard from giants and other threats, ever watchful and steadfast. Heimdall was also associated with purity, being called the whitest of the gods, and myths sometimes link him to the creation of mankind's social classes. His horn, Gjallarhorn, would sound the alarm to announce Ragnarok, the final battle of the gods. Worshippers saw him as the eternal sentinel, the vigilant defender of order. In sagas, Heimdall is destined to face Loki in combat during Ragnarok, where both will fall. Today he is remembered as the archetype of vigilance, loyalty, and the ultimate guardian. His story endures as the symbol of duty carried out until the very end. Number 6. Tyr. Tyr, god of war, law, and justice, was one of the most courageous of the Norse gods. He is best known for the tale of Fenrir, the monstrous wolf. When the gods tricked Fenrir into being bound with magical chains, the beast demanded a pledge of good faith. Tyr placed his hand in Fenrir's jaws as a promise, knowing the danger. When Fenrir found himself trapped, he bit off Tyr's hand, leaving the god one-handed forever. This sacrifice made Tyr a symbol of honor, bravery, and the willingness to endure personal loss for the greater good. While not as prominent in later myths as Odin or Thor, Tyr was revered in earlier Germanic traditions as a chief war god. His legacy survives in the name Tuesday, derived from Tuesday. In modern culture, Tyr stands for duty, self-sacrifice, and the unyielding pursuit of justice. Number 5. Balder. Balder, god of light, purity, and beauty, was beloved by gods and mortals alike. His presence brought joy and peace, and he was considered invulnerable to harm due to the oaths Frigg gathered from all things never to injure him. Yet Loki discovered that mistletoe had been overlooked, and he tricked Balder's blind brother Hoder into throwing a dart of mistletoe that struck and killed Balder. His death was the first sign of Ragnarok, plunging the gods into grief. Myths tell of attempts to bring him back from hell, but Loki sabotaged the effort. Balder's worship emphasized innocence, light, and the fragility of life. He represented the ideal of beauty and goodness that even the gods could not preserve. In modern culture, Balder endures as a tragic hero, symbolizing the inevitability of loss and the fleeting nature of perfection. Number 4. Freya. Freya, goddess of love, fertility, beauty, war, and magic, was one of the most complex and powerful deities. A member of the Vanir who lived among the Aesir, she mastered Seder, a form of Norse sorcery that influenced fate itself. She rode a chariot drawn by cats and owned the necklace Brisingamen, a symbol of her power and allure. Freya presided over Folkvanger, where half of the slain in battle would go, sharing the honored dead with Odin. She was sought by giants and gods alike, symbolizing irresistible desire. Her worship was widespread, and she was one of the most beloved deities, prayed to for fertility, love, and victory. Freya embodies both passion and destruction, balancing tenderness with ferocity. Today, she is celebrated as a symbol of feminine strength, independence, and the magical forces that shape destiny. Number 3. Loki. Loki, the trickster god, embodied chaos, mischief, and transformation. Neither wholly friend nor foe, he shifted roles constantly. At times, he aided the gods, as when he secured treasures like Thor's hammer from the dwarves. At other times, he betrayed them, causing death and destruction. Loki's children included some of the greatest threats to the gods: Fenrir the wolf, Jörmungandr the world serpent, and Hel, ruler of the dead. His cunning schemes reshaped the fates of gods and mortals. The most infamous act was his role in Baldur's death, which set Ragnarok in motion. At the end of days, Loki will lead the forces of chaos against the gods, fighting Heimdall in a duel where both will die. Loki remains one of the most compelling figures in Norse mythology, symbol of unpredictability, rebellion, and the fine line between creation and destruction. In modern culture, he thrives as the archetype of the trickster, both villain and necessary disruptor. Number 2. Thor. Thor, god of thunder, storms, and protection, was the champion of gods and men. With his hammer Mjolnir, he defended Asgard and Midgard against giants and monsters. His adventures are legendary, fishing for Jörmungandr, battling giants in their own halls, and protecting humanity from chaos. He was the most popular Norse god, especially among common people and farmers who saw him as their guardian. Thursday bears his name, proof of his enduring cultural influence. Thor's hammer was worn as an amulet for protection, and rituals often invoked his power to bless marriages and sanctify oaths. In Ragnarok, Thor is destined to slay Jörmungandr, though he will perish after taking 9 steps, poisoned by the serpent's venom. His myths celebrate courage, strength, and steadfast defense of order. Today, Thor endures as one of the most iconic gods, his image reshaped in comics, films, and popular imagination as the eternal warrior who protects against chaos. Number 1. Odin. Odin, the All-Father, ruled Asgard as god of wisdom, war, death, and poetry. His quest for knowledge defined his character. He sacrificed an eye at Mimir's well for wisdom and hung on the world tree Yggdrasil for 9 days, pierced by his own spear to gain the secrets of the runes. Odin commanded the Valkyries, who selected fallen warriors for Valhalla, where they prepared to fight at Ragnarok. Though he sought wisdom, he was ruthless in pursuit of power, willing to manipulate and sacrifice others to shape destiny. He was also a patron of poets, granting inspiration through the mead of poetry. Worship of Odin was widespread among warriors and rulers who sought his favor in battle. He appears throughout the Eddas as the central figure of Norse mythology. At Ragnarok, Odin will face Fenrir and be devoured, yet his sacrifice is essential to the cosmic cycle. Today, Odin is remembered as the archetype of the Seeker, wise, relentless, and bound to fate. His influence endures in literature, art, and the modern fascination with mythic wisdom. The Norse gods reflected the harsh and uncertain world of the Vikings, filled with war, death, magic, and the certainty of fate. From Sif's golden harvests to Odin's endless quest for knowledge, their stories embody the balance between order and chaos. Their sagas, preserved in the Eddas, continue to shape literature, film, and culture, proving that even gods bound by destiny can inspire mortals for eternity. Like this video, and subscribe to Deca Rankings for more videos like this.